In today's video, we're going to be going over the release date for Season 6 of Halo the Master Chief Collection, what you can expect out of that season, and things that we were supposed to have that we're not getting just yet. So stick around. Season 6 for Halo the Master Chief Collection is launching on April 7th. Now, if you've been keeping up with the channel, or maybe you're new around here and you haven't seen, my prediction was April 6th, as April 6th is a Tuesday, and that is when they generally have launched the new expansions, the new titles into the MCC. But since the current iteration of the MCC is a whole product now with all of the first-person available Halos, both on PC and the Xbox One platform, they are launching it on Wednesday the 7th. Now, there is no definitive time, but my personal opinion is that it is going to be after the weekly challenge reset, which around my time, the Eastern time, is 1 p.m. So I would keep an eye out. I know when it comes to where the studio is located, I believe that's 10 a.m. their time. So do with that what you will. Season 6 was looking to be very promising from the flights that we were playing earlier in the month of March. But unfortunately, a lot of things have been cut out of the upcoming season. Now, we're going to go ahead and take a look here real quick at what we did test in the Season 6 flight and what we were hopefully expecting, and then we're going to take a look at what we're actually getting. Now, when it comes to the flight, we did flight the Season 6 pass, and that is, of course, got weapon skins, ODST armor, nameplates, and animated visors, and new back bling. We tested 2 new maps for Halo 3, and that is Edge and Waterfall. We tested the field of view sliders for support with all Xbox One consoles. We tested double key bindings, mouse and keyboard support for consoles as well, advanced audio options, and weapon display offsets for view model position in the customization options. They did plan to have us test the custom games browser, and that actually ended up getting cut out of the flight because they couldn't make it through the current rings. Now, with the latest flighting and development blog update, we found out exactly what's going on with this next season, and the custom games browser is not going to be in Season 6. And the 2 maps that we tested essentially aren't going to be there as well. One map, Edge, isn't going to be in it whatsoever, and the Waterfall map is only going to be available if you're playing custom games. It's not going to be in a matchmaking. So essentially, to me, both of these maps don't exist in the MCC until they're in the matchmaking system. Now, when it comes to the view model offset, this, to me, it seemed fine. I didn't have any issues with it. You could lower the weapons. You could pull the weapons as close to you or as far as apart as you wanted. You could also lower or toggle the targeting reticule, and it gave you the ability to also have field of view sliders with the Xbox One version of this flight. And this is what they have to say about the view model offset at Halo Waypoint. During our flight that ended earlier this month, players were able to see the first iteration of the player view model offset options for customizing your view model in gameplay. We heard a lot of feedback from players who interacted with this and quickly realized it was not as robust as players had hoped. Again, I don't really know what people were hoping for. I thought it was fine, but let's go ahead and move on with the information. So we have decided to just hold off on this feature, rolling it out, and are going to spend some time addressing feedback that was given in its progress, but players will need to hold on for just a bit longer to get your hands on this. Moving on to the custom games browser, which we didn't even get a chance to flight. This highly anticipated feature unfortunately was not able to make its way into the flight as we ran into several bugs along the way, preventing its debut in the flight this last month. We had hoped and worked, but there was just some critical bugs that we found that needed to be addressed, so it's nice that they're taking the time to fix this stuff. Things related to launching of a team game not functioning appropriately, gameplay flows, and additional core issues were needed to be resolved. They don't have an exact timeline of when they're going to able to debut it to players, but it's going to be coming in a future flight for players to experience and give feedback on in a much better shape than where they're at now. They thank you for your understanding and support for the teams to take time to polish the feature up and get it out in a much better place. Now, of course, they also have here feedback and bugs addressed since the flight. Through the duration of the flight earlier in last month, they had quite a bit of discussion around many technical issues and feedback coming across from various parts. Two of them were various discrepancies that were meant to be put behind the legacy toggle for Halo 3, as well as performance issues on the new map Waterfall, which had severe frame drops. For the first place, we have made updates to both the Katana and the Hayabusa armor to appear correctly in all states and resolved an issue where the updated first-person hands were new in the view models. Yes, the hands when holding the battle rifle and the assault rifle looked very odd. They said they want to thank everyone who submitted tickets during the flight on both of the issues. For Waterfall, they have made additional improvements through the map and the flight afterwards and helped the performance dip. Waterfall will be releasing alongside Season 6, but will be limited to custom games for the time being. We'll keep our ears to the ground on what players are saying and find additional changes and improve them as needed on the map. Now, we did have some big hopes for Season 6, and it's unfortunate that a lot of the features that we were all anticipating have been cut, not only from the flight, but from this season as well. More than likely, the big major things like the custom games browser, the view model offsets, are going to be coming in at a later season, or maybe even a mid-season refresh is possible, I guess. Unfortunately, though, they haven't really clarified if a lot of the other features that we tested are coming, and I can only hope that they are. I really want to get the targeting reticule adjustment from being in the lower third of the screen to being able to put it into the middle and have the field of view sliders available on the Xbox One platform. That, of course, is all available on PC. It's also available on the Xbox Series consoles, but the Xbox One has kind of been lagging behind, and I can only imagine how hard the development is for 343 to get stuff like this working and ironed out. I'm just hoping that this stuff shows up with the next season on the 7th. But as always, don't forget to be part of the conversation and have your voice heard. Hit that subscribe button and let me know what you guys think about the upcoming season in the comment section down below. Don't forget to check out the links in the description. I've got my social media, and of course, support for the channel is there as well. But until next time, everyone, thank you all for joining me here today, and I'll see all of you in the next development and flighting update.